Welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we talked about the lifetime value of your customers, of your artworks. Today I would like to continue talking about customers, but with a little bit difference, like adding some dimensions, because I feel that it is a little bit more complicated than analyzing your customers purely by the monetary value. Yesterday we learned that what is the lifetime value of your customers, that is the value a customer is bringing to you over a certain period of time. Could be 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, or during the lifetime of your customers. However you want to evaluate, and we talked about how to spot the highest value customers and try to lure them into repetitively purchasing your artworks and try to find more customers like those high value customers in their social circles, in the events they go to, or on social media, so you can grow your art business and make more sales, which is very crucial for your success. However, I feel like just by monetary value, evaluating your or segmenting your customers is very, very singular, because you're selling not just artworks. You're selling a lifestyle, you're selling a dream, you're selling yourself as a personality, as a brand. So usually, ideally, there should be a lot of exchanges between you and your potential customers. It's not like they rush into your art studio, they grab a penny and they run away in 10 minutes. They're not grabbing a toothpaste and toothbrush. You're not selling fast-moving consumer products. So it's very sophisticated, and the communication can take such a long time. So I feel that it is very crucial for you to also segment your customers on another aspect, that is time, because you're spending a lot of time communicating with them, telling your brand story, and also maybe doing some bespoke pieces or like totally customized pieces, like a commissioned work. You're painting someone's children, dogs, or whatever that you're painting that you won't be able to sell to other customers, so that you're pretty much bound. Your time is bound to spend dedicated to this order, and you need to think how long does it take for you to communicate with the customer. That is the attraction, the acquisition, the maintenance, and also fulfilling this particular order. You can have some customers that so trouble them and they go like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Oh, I changed my mind. Oh, it's not like how I thought it would be. Or can you make an exception? Right, sometimes you regret taking this customer. You're like, what did I do to myself? Like, this happens to not only artists, but also to consultants, to freelance designers, and even like web developers. Like, everybody could have these problems. So when you are filtering and segmenting your customers, on the value side, you can just simply go like low value, medium value, and high value, and you would like to attract high value customers. This is, of course, no-brainer. And if you're like going out of your way to attract them, to maintain them, this is very well done. But then you need to think, are those customers also no fuss kind of customers? So I invite you to take a piece of paper and a pen and draw two axes, like a graph. On one axis, you draw money, that is the monetary value of your customers, how much they spend. And then on the other axis, you draw time, like how long does it take you to fulfill the order and to retain the customer and to acquire the customer, like an overall time, like when the client comes over to you from that moment to when you're fulfilling the order and he goes away and gives you the money. And now you can see you have some customers that are high time and high value. That is normal because they spend a lot of money. They expect to have a long time communicating with you and getting all the details right. This is normal. And you have some high value and low time. That is very good. Like, they spend a lot of money, they throw you with money, and they don't really take you much time. That's excellent. And then you have some low value and high time. These are the customers that you want to avoid because they spend very, very little money and they take you a long time. And you have the low value and low time, which is also fair enough. Like, they don't spend a lot of time, they don't spend a lot of money. Like, they buy an art print, they go through your web store, they make the order on Shopify or on Society6, and then they wait at home for the orders to be completed. And it's minimum time for you, and it's also minimum money for you. This is fair enough. I would say you can take everything except the low money and high time, because those are the ones that will take you a lot of time, make you, doubt that if you are doing it right. However, if you are a young emerging artist trying to make the ends meet, Usually you shouldn't say no to your customers. Usually once they walk through the front door, they are willing to purchase something from you. That's a very excellent thing. And I remember my geek friends used to make these jokes about girls, and they said to me, there are two kind of girls, the good girls and the very good girls. And that is to say that there are two kind of clients, the good clients and the very good clients. If they want to be your clients, they want to spend time and money on your works, and that's already a very positive thing. And you shouldn't be overly picky and like rejecting clients like altogether because you're throwing the baby with the bath water and the bathtub together. Like, you should ideally retain them as long as possible, but you can push them around. Like, if you sense that this customer can be very troublesome, at least you fulfill the first order because you have already spent time acquiring the customer anyway, and you don't want to like lose the retention money and time. You fulfill the order, and next time if the customer comes back, you know that it will be a lot of trouble. You try to push them to purchase some kind of low maintenance works, not bespoke pieces, but maybe art prints, merchandising. Also, on top of that, you can try to push their works off peak hours. Like Christmas, it can be a very, very rush hour for you. You have a lot of orders, and you can say, okay, like I'm full, I'm fully booked. If you want, I can finish the order for you during the springtime or like in the Easter. So if you know that during the springtime you don't have much works, you don't have a lot of orders, and you're like, running free anyway, and you are running low on rent, and you want to still make that money, and you can try to give discount codes to the low maintenance clients who requires less time from you. You give them discount codes and try to upgrade them into, like running mileages. You can upgrade them into business class because you know that they are good clients, they don't waste your time. And you say, hey, instead of buying the limited prints, why don't you try to buy this original artworks? I can give you a generous discount, and because you have been such a great client, and this way you are pushing them and luring them into becoming high-value customers. Besides time and the monetary value, there are other aspects of value of your customers that could be the reputation of your brand image. I have talked with very mature artists, my really good friend, and he told me the biggest regret he had is when he was 20 years old. He said no to a customer that he felt it could be high maintenance because a collector just randomly walked into his art studio, and he said, okay, I like your work, but can you give me a discount because I have already purchased a lot of artworks from your fellow artists, and I'm in the end of my trip, I don't have a lot of either room or money. And my artist friend said, no, sorry, I'm struggling, I'm not really able to offer you any discounts. And he made a big mistake because this collector, this mysterious shopper, is actually a very famous Hong Kongese collector, like very, very reputed. And being able to be collected by this guy could mean a lot. It could mean that he has a lot more opportunities in Hong Kong, in Los Angeles, in other places. And this collector is very generous, but just at the initial contact, he was bargaining. Maybe he was testing, or maybe he was just really in the end of his trip and he was not willing to spend extra over his budget. In any case, my artist friend told me that had been a major mistake. He missed this opportunity, and for the several years he was struggling to get exhibition opportunities, and he was like, oh, I wish I would have given this guy a piece of work for free. You see, it's not always the monetary value, it's not always the time, and can be also other aspects. It all depends on each scenario, but it's very important for you as an artist to recognize the different dimensions and aspects of value of your customers and try to make the maximum out of each client and to satisfy their needs and wants and capture their hearts, but also make the maximum out of this opportunity for yourself, for your art, and for your art business. Thank you very much for watching this video. I make a video every day. I would like to know how you think your customers, and how would you like to acquire more high-value customers. What are your plans? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. I'll get back to you ASAP. And don't forget to click the subscription button not to miss the upcoming videos. I'm going to see you in the next video.